Okay, let's see if I can get a bit of strength training in. Okay, so I'm going to start with some push-ups. And you know myself, I don't really do enough push-ups, and I should do more because I mean, you can see my physique. I don't have lots of muscle and all the rest of it, but on my arms wise, I need to build up strength and muscle. For many years I've been building up a lot of like full physical strength in different ways, and flexibility, balance, flexibility, all that. You need a lot of structural stamina. I've got muscle in my legs, I've got strong enough legs. I can stand in low stances and stuff. You know, I do a lot of squats every day, and I can hold a good low stance like that, where most people would be shaking and shitting themselves after a few seconds. I train this a lot every day for a solid stance. You know, I do a lot of squats and exercises on my legs. You know, I can't show you perfectly here because of the camera angle, but I'm fairly flexible. I'm 37 years of age. I can do, you know, not full splits, but like, you know, splits. See, I do a lot of stretching on my legs and stuff like that. But on my upper body, you know, a lot of stretches and leaning and twisting and all that, you know. Keep myself in good shape. But for the arms, I really need to work on some more strength. I've been training Kung Fu for many years. I've been training a lot of blocking and structural fighting strategies. I've been really training with people to really not play around, you know. Sticky hands of Wing Chun and a bit of Tai Chi pushing hand type stuff. Certain locks and things and arm locks that you might find in a Aikido, things like that, Judo, you know. I said Aikido. But yeah, I've mainly been focusing on the styles that I learned in my life. So, like, I've had, you know, 5 animal Kung Fu training. I've had karate, kickboxing, 5 animal Kung Fu, and then other things like long fist, wushu, a little bit of Tai Chi and Bagua. And then, as I said, the Wing Chun training that I did, I just worked on that more and more. Even though I had less training in that, much less training in that than some of the other arts, formal study, I actually did do so much research into Wing Chun. It's like one of my main arts that I train now, and I teach people a lot of what I know about that as well. Conditioning, as I say, I've trained on hard, solid trees for my arms and my whole body in the depths of winter in the northeast of China, before the sun comes up, with snow up to my knees, and training on ice, running on ice every morning, working out full body, my hair covered in ice and from the sweat, frozen because the air is that cold in northeast China in the winter. Training for years, since I was 12 years old, training various martial arts, teaching people one-to-one and in groups. So I'm not great or anything, but I know what I know, and I've got my own level of ability and discipline. I've trained my sensitivity, my energy control, absorbing. You know, with that, it's like grappling, but it's called sensitivity energy training, and you find it in Wing Chun and Tai Chi, where you're absorbing using the opponent's energy against them. So if he's pushing, I'm pulling. If he's pulling, I'm pushing, and you're working all the techniques, you know. But yeah, you know, that's that. But most of my training now in the recent years has been like mostly focusing on flexibility training, still, but it's like advanced, and my stance work. But it's like, so I should say it's adjusted over the years. But yeah, I do a full body workout every day. My working out nowadays is more like a very simplified, I mean, it's hard for a lot of people, definitely, but who don't do any working out, but it's like a kind of aerobics training, I'd say, in terms of the flexibility. There's elements in there you could liken to Qigong, you could liken to yoga or various things like that, where I take all the working out that I've learned from the different arts I've studied over the years, and I just work out more. I work out more than I train the martial arts skills even, which is funny now because the whole thing's really aimed at, you know, being a good martial artist, you know. But you know, yeah. So I'm just stretching my legs here a little bit, just to get myself loosened up. This morning I finished a full workout. I do a top to bottom workout every day. But yeah, catch my breath for a minute. It's good to go on walks or do jogging when you can. I'm currently 37 years of age. When I was 12 years old, I started my martial arts training. That's when I started. I've studied things, as I say, weapons like double sticks, butterfly knives, basic knife, self-defense, 2 different kinds of training for the broadsword, which is like the curved saber sword, and 2 different kinds of training for the long stick, the long staff, okay, train as well. Various forms which are supposedly owed credit to, you know, or originating from Shaolin, basically, so northern and southern styles, okay. The philosophy, I live by a code of philosophy. It's more than a code, it's the way of nature, basically, called yin and yang. It's the yin and yang, the Tao, okay. If you read up the book by the ancient philosopher Lao Tzu, who wrote the Tao Te Ching, sometimes pronounced the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu, but it's Lao Tzu, and he wrote the Tao Te Ching. As I say, I can speak Chinese, but I can't read it. I live in China. I was born in London, England. I was born. I live in China. I can speak Mandarin Chinese for the most part. But yeah, you know, you can't stop. And my working out, I used to work out every day. I used to go to the schools every day where I train, the dojos or the schools, you know. You know, I've been training in all weathers, day, night, all weathers, all seasons, all times of day and night. At home, in small spaces, outside, in whatever weather. I've trained anywhere. I've trained on trains. I've trained on trains, hotels, you name it. I've trained everywhere. Wherever I've been, I've trained my martial arts. Okay, on staircases, in big buildings, on rooftops. I've trained everywhere. Okay, I've trained in so many different kinds of environments. Places I shouldn't have been as well. You know, and been kicked out as well for it. You know, literally. I've been teaching people. You know, just blowing my nose to clear my nose. Breathing's important, you know. But I want to just say, yeah. So like, you know. The most important thing though is, you know, like last year, sometime like early last year-ish sort of thing, I bought myself a big punch bag so I can train on that. But over the years, as I say, I've developed a lot of different other training, because when I started out my 5 Animal Kung Fu years ago, we did a lot of like conditioning on the forearms to train, like training with each other, real people, you know. And we do all kinds of different training where we'd be blocking, hitting each other's arms, you know, arm to arm. So when someone comes to hit, you're blocking, you know, and you'd hit. Excuse me. You'd hit your arms against each other, and you get this conditioning, and you get this conditioning, and you just believe when you're constantly hitting arm to arm, and you're grabbing the arms and twisting, hitting, in your whole body, and you're plus hitting yourself as well, like giving yourself some conditioning, toughening yourself up. You get used to certain things, so you got the soft and the hard. And then when I train on things like concrete walls, door frames, metal poles, stone pillars. You got to be careful. I'm not saying smash your bones. I mean, I know sometimes you see these Thai boxers, they train their shins and stuff. I believe in kicking with the feet mostly myself, but still I train the whole body for some kind of conditioning, you know. I'm not the kind of person that believes in constantly taking kicks to the gut, punches to the face, and just, I don't believe it's always, you know, necessary to go over the top. You've got to protect your body. But I'm just saying, like, training the surfaces, like your fists, your hands, your forearms, all that, and then your body to some degree, your limbs, you know, your limbs, and your body to some degree. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, your limbs, you want to train to have some resistance and for blocking and striking, a bit of solidity, you know, and to be able to use it. Okay, it's like sharpening up your sword, you know, basically. So you're strengthening up your body, you know, forging the iron fist, forging the iron warrior. So when you're going in, like I used to train on concrete walls, like punching, like, you know, literally, I'm not going to do it here, but like, you know, I'll make other videos showing you, like I call it concrete boxing. So I'll be training my punches on the wall, literally, or I'll go up to a tree and train all of my training with us from my Wing Chun training, my Bagua, Tai Chi, whatever it is, karate coming in there. See, tiger, whatever it is, okay. See, coming in, and I'll be doing that. The shoulders, the elbows, the knees, the thighs working in, you know, even knees grabbing and working all the techniques on it. Like you see me doing some training on my bag and stuff sometimes, but it's not the same as having a solid tree there in the snow, in your boots and, you know, coat on and whatever sometimes, but I'll be like out and I'll be training it, you know, using my surroundings. Either using my surroundings as a focus, or even just using things like as a focus, like not only like actually hitting something, but also using it as a guide. So I might focus on that door frame there, and I'll be just focusing my energy on that door handle there, for example, so that every move I do now is working on that door handle. See, my stance guard here. See, could be mantis. I've trained different arts, as I say. Come with the mantis. See, come from here, coming up here, throwing the kicks in, shooting the kicks in, the speed, working the whole line, blocking, coming here, see, here, covering, all that. See, go from here, focus on here, go for the locks there. My angles and that focus there. See, I'm working the structure. What I'm going to do now is basically I'm going to do a few jumping jacks, then I'm going to catch my breath, and I'm going to try and do a few push-ups here, and after that we'll see if I can do a few weights. So thanks for joining me on this session. Okay? I already did a full workout earlier on. It's not good to talk when you're working out, as I say. Let's go. Give yourself energy. Give yourself fitness. You deserve fitness. Your body deserves fitness. Because the world will try to make you weak. So you need a stronger mind and body. In the spot. Cross out. Yeah. Crisscross legs and palms. Okay. And breathe. We're going for some more squats you can. That's like push-ups for the legs, you know. But I've been doing these all morning, so I'm going to stop I've been working out. I've done a full workout earlier on. Do a full workout anyway every day, you know. But yeah, traditional martial arts teaches about coordination as well, you know. So you might not always fight in such a way, but the coordination of the body, the movement, alignment will help you so much. And as a person, what do you think that's going to do? That's going to help you in your work. That's going to help you when you're fighting. Exactly. So don't look at it like we're saying traditional martial arts. You just do some funny positions. You just do some fancy stances and say we're going to fight. It's not the point. All the training is working out for your body. Flexibility, balance, focus, strength, see, core, and it's all coordination and stuff. So in real life, whatever you're doing, that training, if you make it a way of life and you do it every day, it will help you in ways that you will find, it will talk to you. Whatever you've trained, that will talk to you. If you train bullshit, that will talk to you. Get yourself knocked out. If you eat bullshit every day, if you eat stuff that's really unhealthy every day, you know, what do you think it's going to do for you? The same as smoking, drinking, taking drugs. What do you think it's really going to do for you? This switching you off partially, whatever, at that moment, what do you think years and years are going to do? What effects are going to have on your body? You know, exactly. So, try and live as healthy as possible, I'd say, you know. I'm just saying, right? If a skinny bastard like me can do it, I'm sure someone out there can do it. Whatever your build is, I don't give a fuck. You can push yourself harder. You might look at what I do and say it's pathetic. That's nothing. Or my build, but I'm pushing myself. I've got my own physical challenges. I've always had problems with my arms, my strength. I can only do a few push-ups at that. I'm not doing loads of pull-ups, and I'm not even standing in a low stance for like hours and hours. I'm not taking blows to my head, concussion after concussion, talking about, oh, I've had my nose broke 50 times in the ring and trying to brag about it. I'm not doing that. Or talking about my battle scars and slashes from being in gang battles and stuff. No, I don't need to do that. Or saying that I was fighting for some flag and some honour in a war, salute the flag, and I'm walking on crutches and a broken, one missing leg or something due to choices and acting like that was okay. You know, protecting the human being, the value of human life. You might put yourself out, you might put yourself on the line sometimes, but you do everything, you know, you really want to respect the individual, because it's about self-respect. Martial arts is about self-respect, not fooling yourself and fooling people, not deceiving. Martial arts is a path of honesty, is what it's about. Not bullshit. No way bullshit, okay? Don't let these purple, they ain't pink, man, they ain't pink. Don't let these purple trousers fool you, you know what I'm saying? Shaolin for life, homeboy. No. What do you think happened? Do you think there was a mess up in the Shaolin temple? Do you think I was training with the monks and they put their orange robes in to be washed, and I came in my prison garb and and it just came out a different colour? It's the way things are. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't say nature's not discriminatory, you know what I'm saying? Things Anyway, let's go. But the yin yang's black and white, but let's continue, right? So we're gonna go in. I'm gonna do a few push-ups now. First of all, I'm gonna stretch my arms up, my back. It's good to do this. Make sure you loosen up. You know. Have a go at that. But I'm gonna try and do some more of this stuff in general in future, like arm strength, because I don't do enough like pushing up, push-ups and weights and stuff. I've got some dumbbells, you know. I know some people do this calisthenics and stuff, and you can do all kinds of stuff, pull-ups and that, you know. It's about being creative too. I like to do the elevated ones too, you know, but just see what I can do. So, 1, 2, and that's it. Seriously, if I could do another 5, that'd be a miracle. So I think I'm going to go for like 2 sets of 5, like 10 literally. I didn't even do them perfect, but if I can go for that and push myself, at least push yourself. If you can do 20, do 500 or whatever. You can push yourself. I'm just saying, you know, that's what I'm saying. I mean, just push yourself to do whatever you want, if you can, you know. I've seen people collapsing, strong people, kind of strong people collapsing from trying to do my workouts that I do and stuff. So, and that's not even the full thing. So this is like, to me, this is a challenge for me, you know. Hard, I must say it's hard. See, I've had this pain in my shoulders for many years in my shoulders. I think people's bodies are just different. You can say that I'm weak, like, and that's what it is. You just need to work on it, which is also true. You do need to work on it, but you know, as long as you keep at it, it's like stance work or anything. As long as you keep at it and keep doing it again and again, you get stronger. A few more seconds, repetition, you know. But I think that doing elevated push-ups are good, elevated off of something, but like a low wall or something, you know, they're good as well. Let me just try another go again. Put my foot against that. Oh, my hip. Hold on. I just can't do it. Let's go on to the weights instead. I can't do it. That's how weak I am. It's my shoulders. It's so funny. There's big people, all different sizes. I'm able to chuck them over. I'm able to throw, block, strike. I'm able to literally throw them down. But when it comes to push-ups, I can't do that many on my shoulders. And I used to do like more. You know, I used to do them on my fists and stuff. I even used to do them elevated and stuff off a thing. But I've just not done them for so long, you know. I get upset with myself about it. I'm trying to go for more now. No, I can't. My shoulders, you know. So what I'll do is I'll try and go with the weights, okay? If you hold on 1 second, get my dumbbells out now. You may have seen enough already in this video. Let's get them dumbbells out. Oh yeah, let's go for it. Okay. A bit dusty, these dumbbells. I ain't worked them in a while. These have got some weight on these. I don't know the exact weight. I have to check them and tell you in another video, but they've got some damn weight on them, trust me. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Here's the other one. You know, I love doing dumbbells. That builds strength as well, so just give them a wipe over. What I really want to do is give them a good wipe over. If you hold on, I'm going to go and get a cloth. Hold on. Okay, so I've got a cloth and I'm going to give this a bit of a wipe over. It's been so long since I used these. Just give them a little bit of a wipe over there. You know, they're dusty and stuff. You don't want to drop this on your foot. Trust me. You don't want to drop this on your foot or skull. You know. But yeah, you know, it's just such a fucking thing. It pisses me off. Like, I used to do a lot more push-ups and sit-ups. Loads. When I was doing kickboxing before, we was forced to do it. Push-ups, 50, 50, 50, another 50. Loads of push-ups. Pull-ups is never something I developed to be able to do. So I admire people that do pull-ups. I see it and I envision myself doing it, you know. And you see people with my skinny physique, and you see photos and stuff online where people have like worked their way into like better shape, and it is possible, you know. But in Kung Fu, as I say, it's not necessary to be so lean like that and muscular, so muscly, you know what I mean? I know from what I can do in general anyway. I'm not saying I can beat anybody in a fight, but I know the skill. I know in terms of from my training, I know exactly what I can do to defend myself. And it's not about that, you know. But I want to have a better physique, you know, a bit better in my upper body, my arms more, you know. So if you hold on 1 second, I can do some reps on them. And we'll start doing more reps on those and some push-ups, I think, daily if I can. If you hold on 1 second, just bear with me. Let me just pause this for a second. Okay, so I'm back here. I just took the cloth back into the other room. So now I'm gonna do it. Start, okay? Just gonna do a few reps of 10, 20, whatever, and we'll leave it at that for today. So let's go. Make sure they're screwed on tight. You can see my pet rabbit there, Chucky. My pet rabbit, Chucky. Look, you can see him there. He's such a good boy. Good boy. Okay, Chucky. He's epic. I'll make more videos of Chucky when I can. But let's just get this on, man. Let's do this. So I'm gonna stand on the side and just go for it. A little bit slippery there. Give him a wipe down, you know. Okay, let's go. I used to film myself up doing weights and stuff. It's funny, and I don't know, I never really built myself up into such a physique, you know. I used to film myself up doing it. Okay, hold on. Okay, 1. Let's do this as a warm up. 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to do it like that in reps of 10, 15, whatever it's going to be. Yeah. What you'll find is when you do weights, as I say, if you're not used to doing it, you'll find you get dry, depending on what ones you're using, but you usually get dry like skin. It will start to come here, like start to form because you like hard, toughened hands. You know, you just do what you can. Just strengthens it up, you know. I'm gonna go this way. Another 10. So I think that's what I'll do to build this up gradually over time. I'll just do like, rather than going in 20, 30, 40 and loads of reps, what I'll do is just give myself a few sets of like 10 or whatever, 10, 15 per day. I'll try and do like 50 a day. It's a good number, 50 a day. And then 50 of these a day, then a few of the other ones like lifting up as well, like above me. So that's a good way to do it. Huh? So I'm getting like 60, 70 reps a day. And a few push-ups if I can chuck them on, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 5, 6, 7. Even these, see. I did those on there. I'll do that again in a moment. And I'll finish off with a few more of them. You can do hammer curls too, where you just lift them straight. Yeah. But these are heavy, trust me. Don't let my push-ups fool you. These are heavy. And they got, I mean, for me, they're not heavy like heavyweights, but they're not light shit. I've got like a various amount of weight. You can adjust the weight, as I say. I've got it medium sort of thing for what I'm doing, you know. Almost medium sort of weight, you know. Oh, shit. Yeah, the blood flow. into the fingers and hands. Yeah, so you've got to get back into. You've got to do it regularly, you know. Plus I've got my bag training as well, I do, you know. Let's go. Okay, like this. You don't want to burn yourself out, you know. Just the knuckles, everything. You're not used to strengthening certain areas, so you might wake up the next day with some pains, but you gradually just build up the strength, you know. Build up the strength. I used to do these ones where you pull up as well, like this. I used to do those as well, you know. I've got monkey ones, monkey lifts, I used to call those as well. You know, different kinds of working out you can do. Pull it up behind you, behind that, behind your back too, like that. Different ones. So let's go. Repetition. Let's do some of these hammer curls. Let's do that. Straight up. Now, I really like doing dumbbells. You know, I don't really want to stick to a number. I want to try and like do as many as I feel comfortable. Like push it when I can. As long as you're working the strength, you know. And I'm working this, believe me, for my physique. So I don't care who you are, man, woman. You can be fat, thin, whatever. I don't care what your build is. Push yourself. Fitness. Punches, whatever. You know. And build up that power, flexibility, breath, and skill in the martial arts. So it's about self-respect, mind, stay humble, respect people, respect nature, kick negativity out of your life, kick ego and pride out of your life, be humble and honest like nature itself. There's nothing wrong with that. Nature flourishes so well. If you notice that, nature flourishes so well, then the wind, the mountains, the nature, okay, the weather, the forests, how they grow. Without maintenance, nature would take over this, what you think is a concrete jungle, this world. Nature would override it. Nature is stronger and more powerful than anything. It's not only a good example. It's not only a good example, it's a perfect example. It's the master. Nature is the master. Nothing can beat nature. You fail when you go against nature. You know? So, nature doesn't have any of the ideas in its mind that human beings have about, you know, society and how you got to put on an act or something like that. Ego, none of that. There's no acting at all. It's just pure honesty, peace and bliss. And it fucking takes care of all shit that stands against it. Ultimately, all opposite is ego and weakness. It's death. Nature is life, the opposite is death. You know what I mean? So, yeah, me. I can hear you. Shut up, Rich. Do some more push-ups and sit-ups and pull-ups. I'll get there, trust. I'll get there, and if I don't, I'll see it. It's like, you know, like the movie, was it Get Rich or Die Trying? 50 cents. It's true. So if you don't, you know, you've got. If I don't get there, I'll keep trying to. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. That effort. But it's not always about trying to go for goals, and if you don't get those goals, you fail. It's about focus. Yeah, it's about focus, but it's about the passion and enjoying what you do and working, enjoying what you do. If you're enjoying it more than the pain, then you'll get through whatever it is, and you'll rise above all mountain climbers. You'll be the best runner. You can be the best runner, even as far as you can't even see the guy in front of you. He's so far ahead. But it doesn't necessarily mean he's ahead or behind you. It doesn't mean that you're ahead or behind him. It doesn't mean that this competition thing. What is it? You know, it's an idea. It's the mind. Is the mind elsewhere, or is the mind as with one with your being? How strong are you in your life? Does it really matter that you're stronger or faster than anybody else? You know what I'm saying? It's like, however you maintain yourself, and however you flow in accordance with nature will, you know, guide you basically, you know. And you've got to train certain reactions, yeah. If you're training with people sparring and stuff, or if you're practicing running, racing each other, you and your brother racing or sister every day, and maybe you know, some days you beat him, some days he beats you, or whatever, then fair enough. Or maybe you're running every day, you maybe have a better build or a worse build, depending on what, like I'm saying, overweight or underweight, whatever it is. But you might like be running with your friend every day, or whoever it is, family member, and the person, or your lover, and the person runs laps around you, and you're just sitting on the side after 1 or 2 laps, just like, oh, I need to rest. But you've done it, you've pushed yourself today. If that person's not pushing themselves, that's their own thing. You've got to know when you're pushing yourself, and not just talking, so let's do this. Okay, I'm going to get back into this, right, let's go. We'll do a few monkey lifts to warm up, okay? Let's go. Okay, let's go. I like to do a variation of different workouts, but for me, you see, I don't do a lot of dipping and like body stuff. I like to lay down and like do the weights on my back and push them, you know, they're good. But the thing is, I don't like to do squats and stuff, and like, you know, when they go down like this, I don't like to do that, because I train my legs enough. I train my legs enough. The goal is to stand here firm and train power in my arms, full power, not arms and body and everything, and control my breath. I do enough strength, I do enough flexibility, enough breathing, and then when I'm doing my arms, I'm focusing on the arms. And I don't have to do millions of different kinds, there's just like enough, whether it's a few of those, whatever, but get enough more repetition of those to get the power into the arms. I'm not playing a game, I want to do this one, all kinds of, no, I'm just doing what, enough reps of where I feel the muscle, the power into my arms, you know, what's what. That's why certain martial arts techniques as well are trained like that. I don't train every move, you know, but it's better to train a few moves that train those muscles that are good enough overall, you know, to give you the overall power. So when you do the other moves, you've got the power there. You want enough power. It's like, you don't care how your battery is charged, as long as it charges your battery well, you know. There's many roads that lead to Rome, you know, but you know, you take whichever one, you know, and it's going to get you there eventually, you know. You don't need to change. You know, if 2 buses are going the same way, you don't keep getting off the bus and switching buses. Just stay on that bus and you'll get there, you know. As you get off the bus, you might slow things down, waste things. You need a break in between waiting for the bus. Like you need a break to rest your body, whatever your legs, you know. So with the arms, we're focusing on the arms, you know. And then for the legs, we're focusing on the legs. You might do a few stretches in between and stuff like that, just to loosen up a little bit. You might do some of that, you know. You might do a rotation in the waist, in between, or stretch your legs or whatever. You know, just while you're resting, you're like doing something, you know. I don't care if it's counting, don't count sheep and fall asleep, but, you know, like, I don't care if it's counting, or just rotating your wrists or something, but you might count in your breath slowly. Control your breathing. Feel your body, rotate your shoulders, you know, stretch down, hold gently, whatever, you know, there. Yeah. Relaxing into a good stretch. It's going to make my kicks epic, this walk, so I'm doing this. So it makes my martial arts better. You know? relax into the work and work into the relax, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we're going to do a few more. Start with a few pull, like chest lifts, whatever the fuck you call them. Go that way. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to finish off by doing just some normal lifts. I might do a few high raises as well at the end of it, and that'll be that. I'm not going to overburn myself out and let my arms relax a little bit and see what more I can do tomorrow depending on how I feel and go into it. I want to do some more bag training when I can. I want to do some more like conditioning on my arms on hard surfaces too when I can, on concrete boxing as well when I can. Gradually, of course, not smashing, you don't want to hurt your body, but gradually training on hard surfaces to strike like concrete walls and trees to toughen up your arms, all that, you know, all that, you know. We'll do a few more. Yeah, stop. Okay. Coming off a bit loose there. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. It's a bit of extra work on my body, on my arms. So that's done it good. I'm going to stop this video and say thank you for watching. Train hard and stay safe. Thanks for watching Martial Arts for Life. You take care of yourself now. Take care.